More now on some major health news that we first brought you last night at 10 and 11. A medical study from 1998 that linked autism to children's vaccines and caused millions of parents to panic is being called an elaborate fraud. So how can a single study affect so many for so long? I'm joined live right now with Dr. Bill Stratbucker, a pediatrician at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, happy to be here.
So how can just a 12-person study from England impact everyone's belief about autism?
Well, it's not unusual for medical science to start with a handful of patients, and sometimes that information isn't handled correctly, or the news gets out about the potential aspect of the research without duplication of the science or further research, and it just kind of goes from there.
Right. So there haven't been any significant studies after the one?
Well, there's been probably some attempts to look into the research since that time to see, but none of the findings have ever been found in a separate study of patients.
What do we know about autism? What is the truth that we know today about autism and how it affects children?
Yeah, the hard part of this is that autism still is a real diagnosis, and there's a great awareness of it now because of this in some ways, and a real search for an answer as to why patients have autism. And I think that's a good part that came out of this, is that people now can spend a lot of time and resources looking at why patients have autism and looking for resources for them when they do.
And what do we know so far about autism? What can we bank on that we do know that's real?
Well, that's a hard question to answer. There aren't a lot of answers to that question about why it happens. There's certainly a lot of exploratory research going on patients to try to figure out answers to those questions, and we will eventually find more and more answers in the future. That's what ethical research is all about. So. Sure.
What about West Michigan?
Well, West Michigan, we have a lot of exciting things happening in research in West Michigan. We have a lot of resources and more and more resources with the medical school and the children's hospital, and lots of things going on. And there are people looking at neuroscience as well.
Okay. Dr. Bill Stratbucker, thank you so much. A pediatrician at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital joining us tonight talking about that autism study. Thanks for joining us.